my coaches, the fans. Like it just kind of felt like a family reunion. And that's what it's all about. Like, yeah, the shoe's going to be the shoe, and I'm so grateful for it. And I hope everyone gets every single pair. But it's so much deeper. He got the win for us tonight because that's what it's really all about.
Third row on the right.
Asia, tonight, Mark Davis had on the pearls.
Yeah.
And can you talk about how special it is for you to have that shoe and what it means to you? He said that he wished that people really understood how good of a person you were off the court, and it was because of who you come from. And that's why he decided to wear that particular shoe tonight.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it honestly takes a village. It takes a village. I know people may see me in the spotlight, but it's so many different people working behind that helps me allow me to be me. And that's what I'm grateful for. And to see him in the OG Pearls, and like I said, it's so much deeper than that. The story behind it, my grandmother, everyone in between. I mean, Coach Staley had on the Indigo Girls. Like, it's so much powerful. And I'm just glad, like I said, that the shoe can be a tool to just really bring people together. And I'm grateful for it. Like to see someone like Mark wear your shoe and just speak so highly of you, it's great. And I'm so thankful that we have him on our side because he does a lot of things to help us be a better team.
Anyone else in the room? Second row on the left.
That Oko was something awful.
Then at the Coleman No Plays Off Sports Talk. Deja, you kind of went on your own little 8-0 run. You were kind of determined to score that last basket. What was going through your mind? We kind of seen it all in your face.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to hide my emotions sometimes, but yeah, for that moment, I mean, Coach Becky kind of drew up a last play, and the ball was in my hands.
I was gonna call another timeout, but they were switching everything. I wanted to bingo at it.
They were switching everything, but yeah, it was just a read. Yeah, but I was just kind of, just making a play again, just trying to make something happen. That's kind of what I've done my whole career, just trying to make things happen. And luckily I was able to do it for our team tonight.
I love that for you.
Second row middle, and then first row.
For Asia or Deja, whichever one you want to answer this, that crowd was loud tonight, and women's basketball is just continuing to grow. How excited are you guys for another season in front of this Vegas crowd?
I'm really excited. I mean, off season's boring sometimes, like we're the only ones that aren't playing. And it was fun watching everyone play, but to come and play in front of this crowd is always so much fun to come to work when you do it around people that you love. And we're entertainment. We're everyone's dialing in on us. And like you said, women's sports is growing. So just to be a part of the growth in the growing curve in a positive way, it just makes me like happy. Like it really does. We're getting the respect and the views that we deserve. So now we're going to continue to be the badass women that we are.
Yeah. Period.
Hi, Kelsey from Vegas Sports Today. Coach, I just want to know how you're feeling after 2 big wins.
Players, are we about to go?
Oh, sorry.
Do you have any more players? Oh, gosh. So many rules you didn't know about.
There are.
Hope you're recording.
Asia, how did it feel talking to Mark Davis and then just seeing all the fans out there? You're signing so many players, fans, shoes and everything. So just your reactions, all the support you got tonight.
Mark and I's relationship has been a lot of fun, just watching it grow. Just from the beginning of when he wanted to even buy and look into the team, he kind of pulled me aside and was like, hey, what do I need to do? And it was just the biggest thing was just investing in your players. And, a lot of people talk the talk, but not a lot of people walk the walk. And Mark is someone that's going to do both. He's going to talk and walk because he can do that. And so I'm always grateful for our relationship because it's not easy sometimes in this space, but he continues to show up for us. So I'm grateful. And when it comes to just this crowd, these are the homies, like these are the fans, like this is what we live for. So I'm gonna try to sign as much as I can because I was once that same kid. So it means a lot just to see everyone come out and watch us play.
And then Coach, 2 big wins.
Players first. Anyone else for players?
You trying to shower, girl?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go get y'all A1s.
Nikias. Oh, where's he at?
He's on Zoom.
Is he talking?
He probably on mute.
Hold on, guys. Okay, go ahead.
good now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just a quick one for you, Asia. Well, first, congratulations.
Thank you.
But I wanted to ask you the first two preseason games, how you felt about the defense so far?
You know, we had our good days and we had our bad days. And today, the starting five was on a bad day. Yes, Becky's nodding her head. But you know, it's the part of preseason. That's what I said in the locker room at halftime. This is why we have to really dial into preseason because it's going to expose some things that we need to work on. So I would grade us at a C plus. You say a C. What you grading us, Becky?
D.
Okay, a D plus. Jacket weather, which is not the best, but we're going to get better. So yeah, it wasn't the best, but we had our times at Notre Dame that we were good. So
You did.
thank you. So a D plus. So we have a lot of working and grow. We don't want to peak too early. So
That's facts. There we go.
so yeah. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Obviously, we talked about Deja Kelly, but this game came down to your bench, and there was a lot for, I'm sure, you to evaluate. How do you approach like taking things away and then making decisions based off of these preseason performances? Because you've seen so much from the newcomers.
It's their job to make my life difficult, and they're making me make tough choices. That's for sure. I look at the whole parts, though. You know how they've been through all the practices, the collective kind of picture. And by the way, Deja's been very good, all in the collective picture. She's been super solid. I like what she does defensively. She has a natural physicality to her. She can just get to that little mid range. Seems to be her sweet spot. But everybody that we've brought in, you know, has played solid basketball. So, you know, this is absolutely my least favorite part of the job. I don't like it. And it's really hard. I mean, there's only so many spots and it just becomes a numbers game. I'd like to keep all of them. It's just not doable. And until they add roster spots, it is what it is.
You mentioned the mid range. I mean, that was like the decider against a team led by a coach who's been pretty critical of that shot. Can you maybe talk about
I have no critical points when they make them.
So your approach to the mid range shot is
No, I mean she was getting to her spots. They were up into her. They were chasing her over. Like it was a very physical game, and you know she was the one that had it cooking. So I just let her go.
Anyone else? No?
Sometimes you just don't ask how. You just ask how many.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, so we have 2 wins on the season so far. One was pretty big blowout, and then this game was pretty close. So what are you expecting for your first regular season game?
I mean, we're going in to play the defending champs. I expect a dog fight. I mean, we haven't won in New York a lot, period. So, you know, as we're training, it's we have to keep, you know, the big picture in mind on who we're training to beat, and that focus has to be there. You know, it's not about beating the second team or beating the scout guys or doing this. It's like, you know, continuing to build and shore up our identity. And as you can see, we still have a lot of work to do, as we should. It should not look pretty all the time. But that's the goal, is that, you know, we reach a certain standard every day. And, you know, I already told you the first year wasn't there today. So they'll get another shot at it, you know, in a week and a half.
Coach, Jewel came out kind of comfortable. How comfortable do you feel she's fitting into this office, into your scheme of things here with the Aces organization and the team?
She's very seamlessly. She's a baller, so I don't worry much about her. She's still learning our system, but as you can see, she's hunting her spots a little bit more. Her success is really important for our team success. So I will say she does a lot of little things, a lot of little in-game adjustments that I just love, because I don't have to play call. She just does them. Chelsea, you know, that group does a similar thing. So they can see somebody guarding something one way, run it again and expose it. So that's a really nice luxury to have from multiple positions, really.
Like you said earlier with Asia, the starting five seemed to be a little bit off their game today for some reason. When you guys come back into training and practice, what is the main thing you're going to focus on going forward for your matchup against the Liberty?
Defense.
Obviously, last year you watched Liz Kitley on the sideline all season recovering. How was that to finally see her out there in a Vegas uniform?
It's been awesome. I mean, having gone through ACLs myself, it's a process, and she's worked really hard. It's a grind. There's a lot of dark days that nobody gets to see. You just get to see her walk out in these lights, and that's not always the case. So it's just a really great tribute to her work ethic, her desire to get back out on the court and get with her teammates and be great. I thought she did a great job battling in there. Kalani Brown is tough in the post, and I thought she really got in there and battled and did the things that we asked her to do. You know, coming off, I'll say in my experience with ACLs, you know, you're playing at, you know, a year out, but you really don't start to feel like yourself till probably 14, 15, 16 months out. So, you know, she's still in process. But I think there's a lot of good things to watch. And one of her, like, I was just thrilled the way she battled in the post today. So we got to keep bringing her along. I think, you know, last year, if she's healthy, she's probably, you know, a top 5 pick. So that's the kind of potential we still believe she has. And we don't want to rush her. We already know who we think she is and who she can be.
Like you mentioned, Coach, you know, it was a little tough out there. You know, the defense was given some issues, but still they were able to grind it out, get a win. Are there positives that you could still take away from tonight that you're going to try to focus and use going forward?
I mean, it's positive that I can pull out a bunch of Olympians and still win a game with my bench. So, no, it's you know, it was one of those nights I thought I was really happy for our bench. I thought they just played solid. They played together. You know, and this our first unit, you know, we still have things we have to iron out. I thought our communication and our physicality was not there tonight. And maybe that was some juice. I'm not sure. We looked a little tired. And we're still trying to get in shape. You know, that's one of the things I know that going into this season, I've been very vocal with them about, especially that first group is being in the best shape. And so I've pushed them. They've probably ran more this year than they have in the previous 3 years. And that might've showed up a little bit. So I'm not going to be too hard on them. But we know we need juice and legs on the defensive end of the floor. And then we really need that to be setting the tone, not anything else. The defense has to set the tone. And I thought that's what that second unit came in and did. You know, they got stops. They were able to cut into that lead, hit some shots, and crawl back into the game.